Hello guys, in this video I'll be talking to you about MyFitnessPal. So MyFitnessPal, all it is, it's an app that you use to track your calories and use it as a food diary. Why do we use it? We use it because calories influence our weight. They make us gain weight, they make us lose weight, or they can make us maintain weight. I won't go into too much detail on calories and nutrition in this video. This video will just strictly about MyFitnessPal. I'll do a separate video on nutrition in another day. In this video, what I'm going to show you how to do is basically how to scan your food through the barcode, how to manually search your food if you don't have a barcode, how to get the most accurate information from when you search the product, so which ones to actually pick from, what to do if you used to go out and you need to add food to your FitnessPal, and also how to weigh your food as well. We'll go into more detail on all of that. This is your home page. So you'll have your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner. It has your calories there already. So these are my calories that I have. If you don't know how many calories that you should be having at the moment, no worries. MyFitnessPal, it can do it for you. So you can, when you do start up, you put in your details, your weight, your height, your age, and it does calculate your calories for you from that, whether you want to lose weight, gain weight, or maintain weight. Or if you can, contact someone that knows how to assess your own calories, so whether that's a personal trainer or someone that you know. Try not to guess how many calories you may need, because you could be under eating or you could be overeating. So it's best to either use MyFitnessPal, let them assess it for you, or find someone that you may know that can assess your own calories. First thing I'm going to show you is how to scan your food. What you do first, you can go to whatever you're having, so if it's your breakfast, your lunch, dinner, or any snacks. Right now I'm just going to have a snack. So I go to that, it comes up with all this search bar, or right here you got a little barcode there. I'm going to click on that, bam, there you go. Alright, so it's coming up with a little box there, so all you got to do is you take whatever you're having. So right now I'm going to have one of these Fiber One bars, only 90 calories per bar, quite tasty. Take it out, find the barcode, scan it, and then there you go. So it has this information from the product straight to your FitnessPal. Make sure before you add it in that what you have on the FitnessPal matches to the label. So sometimes it can be inaccurate and it can show different nutritional value, so make sure that they're both the same. Once you know that, you just press the little check mark on it and it adds it to your FitnessPal. I'm now going to show you how to manually search your products as well. So manual search is not going to be as accurate as you would for a barcode. So whenever you can, if you can, scan the barcode. But if you can't, for example, if you was to go somewhere to eat, so if you was to go to a friend's house, to a family member's house, and they've made your food for you, they've made you, for example, a roast dinner. Obviously, you can't go rummaging around their bins and picking up their packages and scanning it like that. So the best thing to do is to manually search your food. So the way to do that, for example, if you was having a roast dinner, you go to search, you put in what you're having. So for example, if you have some roast chicken breast and you have it with skin on, you put in skin as well. And then you search. Try and find the most accurate one. You might need to have a little look, but try and find the most accurate one. Roast chicken with skin, chicken breast. So you click on that. Now, if you notice here, it has the serving size. Serving size is very important as well. You don't know how much of it precisely that you've had, so you just have to guess it. So in terms of grams, you can either go with what is already set, 196 grams, or you can kind of guesstimate yourself. It's going to be harder to guesstimate yourself at the moment because you probably haven't weighed your food out before. So I advise just to go with what MyFitnessPal says already and just add it in like that. When it comes to home cooked food, the most accurate way of doing it is weighing your food out. So over here, we've got some scales. Scales you can buy I bought these from Argos for a tenner, nice and cheap, and they make your whole life easier. They make MyFitnessPal that much more better for you because you're getting more accurate information from weighing your food out. So what I'm about to have here, I'm just going to have a little snack. I'm going to have some yogurt with some protein powder and also some granola as well. I already know how much I'm going to be having, how much that I can have. So I'm just going to weigh it out now. So what I'm going to have, I'm just going to have 100 grams of yogurt. So you just put it in, just keep your eye on the number. Perfect. Once we've done that, I'm going to add my protein powder. Put a scoop of that in there, which is about 30 grams that I have here. So reset it, put that in. 27 grams, that will do. Doesn't need to be completely accurate all the time. And then I'm going to add some granola. I have 40 grams of this. I'll do another video on the food that I eat on another day. Again, this video is just for MyFitnessPal, and that's just an example of how to use the scales, and again, you're tracking what you're having. I've weighed it out, and now again, what you need to do, you just scan it. So now this is where the serving size becomes important. So I'm going to scan the barcode. Now, serving size, it says here, one container, 170 grams. Obviously, I did not have 170 grams of yogurt. So you press the where it says serving size and you go to one that you want. So I weighed out in grams. So I'm going to go here, grams. And now you put in how many grams you had. Like I said, I had 100 grams. There you go. Add it in. And that's it. Do the same thing. I'm not going to show you again, but the same thing again for the granola, same thing again for the protein. You add it in, you go to the serving size, make sure you select the right one. So if you weigh that in grams, make sure that you put in grams and how many grams that you've had. That way you're getting the most accurate information from that, okay? The most important thing when it comes to it is what state the food is in when you weighed it out, i.e. is it cooked or uncooked. It's going to be more accurate if you weigh it out when it's raw or uncooked. Whatever way you weigh your food out, make sure that you put in that state into your FitnessPal. So if you've weighed it out after you've cooked it, so for example, if you have just made some chicken breast again, you're going to put in cooked, chicken breast. Go to your serving size like we did before, go to grams because I weigh out in grams, and you put in how much of the cooked chicken that you are having. So if you're putting it into different containers, you weigh it out individually. So if you're having 250 grams of chicken breast, you put it in, and again, you add it in like that. Same for it if you was doing it raw. When it's raw or uncooked, then again, you can just use the same, you can scan the barcode because that gives you the food uncooked. So just scan the barcode in that situation. But if you're cooking your food, then you manual search. You put it in, you search it up. Cooked chicken, cooked rice, cooked pasta, whatever you've cooked, you put in, you state what it's in. If it's still got skin on the chicken, you put cooked chicken with skin on. If it's still got bone in, you put cooked chicken thigh with bone in. Like whatever the state is in, make sure that you're specific when you put it into your FitnessPal so you get the most accurate information. Now I'm going to talk to you about what to do when you eat out. So when you're eating out, we all like to do, we all have a social life, we all like to go to restaurants and things like that. I'm not telling you not to do that, but again, just be mindful and try and track whenever you can. So when it comes to eating out, what you want to try and do is plan ahead So if you know what restaurant you're going to, look at the restaurant, look at the menu, and try and select what you're having off that menu. That way, you've already added it to your FitnessPal, so you can maybe save some calories for that meal. So you don't consume as many as you usually would during the day, and you save some for that meal, so you know how many calories that you're having already. Some restaurants are going to have the certified information, usually your big franchises, so your McDonald's, your Nando's, your Pizza Huts. Some restaurants are not going to have certified information there because they're not big franchises, they're just one-off scattered around the country maybe. Like Chinese restaurants, for example, you may have to use the generic version of that food that you're having. I'm going to show you both ways. So for example, I'm going to show you how to get food if you was going to a big franchise restaurant like a Nando's. I'm going to show you how to get your food if you was going to a Chinese restaurant, for example, somewhere that's not going to have that information. What you want to do is add food. Now, we're going to go to Nando's, because we all love Nando's.
Can we go now?
You type it in. Now, what I love from Nando's is a Fino Pitta. They're very calorific, so I only have them when I'm feeling a bit naughty. I usually have it mango and lime, and I can see it right there, mango and lime Fino Pitta. One pitta on its own. And again, you'd add it into your pal, just like that. So Chinese restaurant, some of them are not going to have that information. So you look at the menu, and you decide there and then what you're going to have. So for example, if you're going to have some sweet and sour rice with chicken, again, you type it in on here. So the best thing to do, again, is just to find one that's probably the most accurate for you. So you wouldn't want to go for one that says, for example, Iceland Chinese takeaway, because you're not getting it from Iceland, you're getting it from a Chinese takeaway. So again, it's going to be a little bit harder to do because it's not going to have the exact meal that you are having on there, obviously. But just like I said, when it comes to when you go to a friend's house or family house to eat there, it's going to be the same situation here where you're just going to have to guesstimate what you have, which is fine. Sometimes you're going to have to do that, but as long as you have some kind of indication of what you've had and you've added it to your pal, then at least you know some level of how many calories that you've had. You know it's going to be naughty, you know there's going to be a lot of calories, so as long as you have an idea of how many calories you've had, it maybe be more sensible beforehand. Don't eat the same things, don't have a treat before you have that meal. Save that treat for later. The biggest tips that I could offer you to make it easier, plan ahead. What I like to do every day before the day starts is I like to plan what I'm going to have during the day, and I add it to my FitnessPal. What that does, it makes your life easier in terms of when it comes to a meal, when it comes to lunch and you're at work and you're there and you're thinking, what do I have? Do I need to go to Sainsbury's? Do I need to go to Tesco? I need to pick out a meal like that. If you plan ahead, if you've prepped your meal already and you've got that in your lunch and you've already added it to your pal, it makes your life so much easier. So it's already there, you have your meal, done and dusted. It also allows you to possibly save room for a treat. So if you plan ahead, you put in all your calories that you're having for the day and you find out, well, I've got 200 calories left, so you can have a snack. I personally like sweets sometimes, so maybe I'll save some calories for some sweets, maybe I'll save some calories for a donut, anything. That's what this is good for. It's flexible. You're able to eat the things that you enjoy, but you're just being mindful and you're still sticking to your calories. Another tip is to prep your food. Again, it saves time, it saves money as well. So if you, instead of going to the shop and buying a sandwich for £3 or £4, you prepped your meal out already, you put it into your pal, it makes your life that much easier. And also you know what you're getting. So you've weighed your food out, you put it into your container, you know exactly what you're getting. So prepping is the way forward. Try and find a day where you've got the most time to do it. I like to do mine 3 days, so I prep my food out for 3 days, get to the middle of the week, prep again to the end of the week, and just do it like that. Again, you can plan your week in advance. If one day you did want to go to the supermarket and get a ready meal, because there are some healthy ready meals that you could get as well. You could plan that way as well and you do a prep meal for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you have a ready meal on Thursday. You could do it like that as well. Another tip is to watch out for those hidden calories. So hidden calories could be from oils that you use. So for example, if you're frying food and you've used coconut oil, I know coconut oil is healthier, but it's still calorific. So make sure that you put that in. If you're putting a lot of oil, weigh that out as well. Any butters that you use, if you have toast, you put butter on there, jam, things like that, make sure you put that in. Even fruits, they're good for you, they're healthy, I advise you to have them, but also be mindful that they're also calorific, especially your bigger fruits, your bananas, your oranges, they are going to contribute to your calories. So make sure again that you put that into your FitnessPal. I know I said about hidden calories, but also don't over obsess with it. Don't track everything, don't stress if you can't weigh out everything. If you go to someone's house, you're like, oh, I can't weigh this food out. Don't worry, as long as you can do it in general. Sometimes you're not going to do it all the time, but don't over stress it. Don't weigh out everything, your seasoning, don't worry about that. If you have a little bit of sauce on the side, you don't need to weigh that out. So don't obsess about it, just enjoy it. Also, at first, when you first use MyFitnessPal, it's going to be quite tedious to scan everything, to weigh everything out. But what is clever about it is that it saves everything that you've scanned, it saves everything that you've searched. So if you, like me, you have the same food on a regular basis, the same breakfast, you can just add it in quickly. You just go to recent foods and you just add it in. So you just go to add foods and it has your history here. So everything that you've had before, in the past, is all here already. You can even add your own recipes as well. So it's all there already. So once you've gotten used to it, once you've started using it often, it makes your life that much easier again. We're only human. We're not gonna do this all the time. We're not gonna spend our whole lives tracking our calories every single day. I don't do it. What I like to do is I like to spend a prolonged amount of days doing it, where I'm able to see some progress in whatever I'm trying to do. If I'm trying to lose weight, if I'm able to see that I've made a substantial amount of progress, then I'm going to relax. I'm not going to track as much for a week. I'm going to have a few days where I just relax and not do it, because we're only human and I'll get back on it when I want. But be consistent. So don't just do it one day and then not do it the next day. Do it over a consistent amount of time, and then once you've seen some progress in your weight goal, then you can have relax and not do it for a while, for a week. Obviously don't go off it for too long, but you know, you can have breaks from it. I'm not saying do it every day, just do it for a consistent amount of time, and then once you're satisfied with some weight loss or weight gain, whatever you're trying to do, then take a break and then go again. Well, if you're happy to do it all the time, then do it. But me, I like to relax sometimes. Sometimes I just like to overindulge. That's what I like to do. I like to enjoy food. If you have any questions about this video, then just pop it in the comment section below. And yeah, like I said, I'll be doing other videos on going into more detail about the foods that I eat. I'll be going into more detail about calories in general and how your macronutrients are important for the goal that you are trying to achieve. Thank you very much.